Good morning. I'm Karen Borelli. I'm the president of the Royal Palm Coast Realtor Association, and what an exhilarating and remarkable opportunity we have to unite for our trade mission to Italy. With its stunning landscapes and culinary delights, Italy truly captivates the imagination. We're eager to immerse ourselves in the fascinating world of Italian real estate and uncover the nuances of purchasing in this beautiful country. Additionally, we'll be sharing insights into the real estate market right here in Southwest Florida. A heartfelt shout out to each of you for being part of this journey. It's fantastic to connect our agents on a global scale. This event is made possible by our remarkable RPCRA Global Business Council, who have forged a partnership with Alessandro Pasquale, the esteemed president of OID, Osservatorio Immobiliare Digitale, representing Italy today. Now let's dive into this incredible program with Beata Wanderer to introduce our distinguished dignitaries.
Thank you so much, Madam President. We do have some NAR ambassadors, and please wave if you are here. I saw already Rosie. And sorry, Rosie, if I do not pronounce your last name correct, it is Papagiannakis.
Very good.
Ah, good. And Ivana is also a committee member from our Global Business Council, and she is also an NIR ambassador. And I don't know if you have more of them, but if you are an NIR ambassador or working with the Czech Republic, ARK, or from Slovakia, NARSK, please wave so that we can say hello to you. Okay.
And I'd like to introduce our Global Business Council Chair, Beata Wanderer, and we're with our Vice Chair, Yvonne Torsek, as well.
And our members are Marge Bennett, Betty Dalton, Mary Dickey, Paolo Giraldo, Justin Jameson, Ivana Kuchera, Claudia Perfect, Michelle Schaefer, Corrine Sheehan Avasani, Melanie Townsend, and Oksana Sherman.
Perfect, thank you. So now let's take a look at what we here at our Royal Palm Coast Global Business Council have planned so far for this year.
June 12th, we have our International Summit.
June 26th, Resort and Second Home Property Specialist.
On July 11th, our Royal Palm Coast Member Breakfast is featuring us, the Global Council Committee. Don't miss it.
And August 7th, we have At Home with Diversity.
June 9th to 13th, Certified International Property Specialist offered by NABOR, which is the Naples Area Board of Realtors.
Thank you. And now I will stop my screen again. Hopefully I can come back, because let's welcome Alessandro Pasquale, President of Osservatorio Immobiliare Digitale. I will stop now.
Buongiorno. Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Here is after lunchtime, is espresso time at this moment. Hi, everyone. So let me try to see if I can share my screen with no problems. Okay. So. Okay. Do you see it?
Perfect.
Okay. Okay. So first of all, I want to apologize for two things. First is my English. You sometimes all the terms could be not very correct or specific. And for my voice, because I just came out from a bad flu, so I'm not in a good shape, but we will make it anyway. So thank you for your time here. And thank you, Beat, for this opportunity. It's my first time, so I apologize again if I'm not used to all this practice. I put a title in this presentation is very a cliché. I changed the Dolce Vita in La Dolce Casa in Italy. because I know that it's a very well-known phrase around the world. Just a quick presentation. I am a realtor here in Italy. I have my own brokerage. I'm since 2009 in the business, and recently last year I took the presidency of OID, which is a bilateral partner of NAR in United States, and we provide all the designation for the RBI Institute, and we are doing a CIPS tomorrow here with Marisa Kagan. I think many of you know her. And yeah, we are trying to connect our two country. And with events like this, I hope that this will help each other to do much more business in United States, in Florida, and in Italy, if you and your customer are willing to buy a property here. So let's begin with an overview of all our country. So Italy is not that big. I mean, we have 720,000 residential sales last year. We usually go to 500,000 to maximum 800,000. It depends on the years on residential transaction per year. Then you have to add all the commercial and commercial transaction and other purpose building transaction. Our market is almost around 115 billion euro. So it's not that big compared to United States one. Most of our share market is from Italians. I mean, we have a particular relationship with properties, because here in Italy, since the ancient time, we are taught since we are children that you need to own a house. A house means safety, means good investment, means saving money. So Italian children knows already the first things that they have to do after the college, after when they have the first job, is trying to buy a house. So our market is almost 85% of the Italian citizen owns a property, and a lot of them doesn't have a mortgage under that. So they own the property without debt. So that's, let's say, it's a strength for from some point of view, and it's a weakness from some point of view, because Italian doesn't have, in my opinion, a lot of financial education. For us, owning a house is the most important things, and owning without a debt is even the most important things. So that's why what I want to transfer to you is our idea of real estate. In fact, almost 45% of the transaction are done without mortgage, without loan. So that's an important number, because Italian people wants to buy property in cash or with savings, or without getting loans or anything else. Our European mortgage interest rate are lower than yours. I mean, that's what I've studied. At the moment, we are around 3%. In Italy now, with the new legislation, you can buy a property with a high efficiency rate with a loan that goes to 2.5%. But the average now, with an LTV of 80%, is around 3%. The interest rate, fixed interest rate. Okay. If you, I don't know, Beat, if you people can ask questions or question at the end. I don't know how you manage these things.
Okay, so we don't want to interrupt you. The idea
Okay.
always is in Zoom meetings, either way we put it in the chat right away and Alison
Okay.
will read them, or
Okay.
they can just ask after your presentation.
Okay, perfect. So I go on. Okay. We did some research last year, thanks to a website, a listing company, which is called Gateway. It's specialized with foreign people that are willing to buy a property here in Italy. And we saw that the 30% of the total foreign buyers are United States citizens. And there is an increasing demand from Mexico, Slovakia, and Greece for second homes here in Italy. But the main info is that people from the United States want to buy in Italy, in Europe in general, but in Italy especially. The average budget spent on a second home for a foreign buyer is around 400,000 euro. And there are not so many requests on over $1 million, but there are some people that want to spend for a beautiful house a budget like that. But one important thing that this data doesn't show is that there's a lot of, I've encountered many customers from United States, from England, from outside our country. They want to have a small house, just a second house for holidays or for future retirement, and they are willing to spend 100, 150, 200,000 euro. So not that expensive, not that posh house, just something very simple, very useful for their needs. They are searching for quiet, peace, and quality of life. I think it's the main purpose of people who are willing to buy a house in Italy, is to improve their quality of life. This is some data. This presentation I will be given to you. I can give you to you so you can use and read it whatever you want. But the average size SIG is up to 1,300 square feet. 2 or 3 bedrooms, because most of people that wants to buy a second home in Italy, they want to rent it out as an Airbnb when they are not using it. So it's better to have 2 bedrooms or 1 spare bedroom for guests or families that are traveling. That's the main purpose. These pictures right here, I took some pictures from all over Italy, because now we are going to see the difference between North, Center, and South Italy, because the peculiarity, the unique characteristic of Italy, it's a very small country, but you can find everything in here. You can find mountains, you can find lakes, you can find sea, you can find hills, you can find desert, you can find whatever you want. You can find volcanoes. We have 3 volcanoes, I think. So everything you want, everything you need, we have it. And in this presentation, I'm trying to condense everything in a PowerPoint presentation. So this is Verona, the city where I live, is the city of Romeo and Juliet. I don't know if you want to go to Netflix, there are some nice movies made here, Letters to Juliet, something like that. You can see some beautiful landscapes, some beautiful shots in our beautiful city. These are the Dolomites mountains, which are in the north part of Italy. It's the Alps, so it's shared with France and Germany. So, North Italy is where I'm from. It goes from Genova, which is the west coast, and until Venice, which is the east coast. And there's here you can find the Padana Plain is where I live, which is a plain with a lot of cities like Padova, Verona, Vicenza, Treviso. So Italy, it has a lot of Romanic influence, and then medieval influence, and then French, because our country was colonized by anyone, because anyone wants a piece of that. But the main things that stays here are the Romanic things. We're trying to preserve it, and the medieval things. As you can see, these are some castle. This is a castle in the Garda Lake, which is the biggest lake of north of Italy, and is nearby Verona, where I live. This is Sirmione. It's a beautiful village on the lake. And this is Monferrato. Castel Monferrato is in Piemonte, where you can find hills and everything. This part of Italy is where the biggest enterprises take place. Okay, because it's much more closer to Europe. It's well connected with the highways, trainways, um, airports, and everything, and it's easier to improve your enterprise because you don't have to do on the mountains, on the hills, or on not a good soil. In North Italy, there is Milan, which is the economical capital of Italy, but not the formal one because it's Rome. And it is one of the two cities with the highest price for square feet in the country. It's Rome and Rome and Milan. It's the most high city in Italy. I brought here some info for you about the prices, but the thing is, Italy is not that big, but the city are very condensed. So the price are in the historic city center, and then if you do, let's say, 15 or let me translate 30 miles outside the city center, you find small villages with very very low prices. So the distances here in Italy are very different from what I guess you are used to. So what we think it's far for you, like in my opinion, for you, it's very close because our um, our way to consider the distance from services, we are very used to have everything walking distance. And I don't know if for you it's the same, but for us, taking the car to do groceries for us is a pain in the ass. But I don't think it's something around the world. I do love wine, so I put in every part of the city or the logo of the main wine region because, as you might know, Italy is very famous for wine. So for North Italy, I choose Franciacorta. This is the symbol of Franciacorta wine. This is a region nearby Brescia. Franciacorta is our champagne. It's a sparkling white wine. It's not Prosecco. It's another good wine, but Franciacorta is the most famous in the world. So because it takes place here in the North Italy, so if your customers do like sparkling white wine, you have to send him to North Italy and not in the center, because this is the region where you can find very good sparkling white wine. This is the center Italy. We have a lot of hills. We had a lot of it's a different type of territory because it's a it's very narrow, and in the center you find mountains and hills, so there's not too much space to develop the city to have a big metropolitan area, okay? But is the place where you can find the longest coasts and seaside. So there's a lot of tourism here. All the city along the coast has improved their touristic capabilities. So here you can find Emilia-Romagna, Costiera Romagnola, which are very famous for tourist entertainment. This is the Gulf of Napoli, one of our most beautiful city in Italy. This is Costiera Riviera Romagnola. This is Saturnia Thermal Pools. So here is for people that wants to be in touch with nature, because there's a lot of um, charming and cozy houses inside the woods. And but if you go to the seaside, to nearby the Mediterranean, the Adriatic Sea, and the other sea that now I forgot the name, you will have a very busy, during summer, a very busy city and a place to have fun. The prices here are around, you can find some pretty good house for not that much money. I mean, you can find something for under 100,000 euros, and but on the seaside you can find some very expensive place, but they can maximum reach 1,200 euro per square feet. So I think compared to your listing in your real estate market, this is actually way cheaper. Here takes place the Parco Regionale degli Appennini, which is a protect area where you cannot cut the trees, you cannot build condos or build buildings, because you have to preserve nature, and you can only do some types of activities, and it's an important thing that we are trying to preserve our natural beauty, because it's what bring us value, in my opinion. Center Italy is the place of our capital, Rome. So that's another city where the prices are pretty high. Rome and Milan are the most too expensive city in Italy. And then there is the south. This is one of the, in my opinion, is one of the most beautiful place of our country, but it's not fully developed. I show you here this picture. This is in Puglia, where Madonna used to party a lot during her birthdays. This is the Trullo. It's a typical house of the shepherd of the Puglia. Now is an historical reproduction, and it's only for tourism purpose, but nobody lives there. This is the city of Matera. This is the Sicilian coast, because we have south and the islands are in the same macro area. We have Sicily and Sardinia, which is gorgeous. This is a landscape in Sardinia where you can find some of the most beautiful shores, And the water here is amazing because it's not that cold and it's very clean, and it's like Bahamas or Hawaii, but it's a big island where you can find some beautiful shore, and you can find even the the inside of the island with the shepherds and a lot of things to do inside. Here, there's most of you, I think they may know the marketing strategy of the €1 Italian houses for sale. Okay, most of them are they take place in here, but usually are so these abandoned villages in the middle of nowhere. So where the money you spend on the renovation is not worth is not the real estate market of the property. So it's interesting. I mean, it catches the attention of the buyers, but you have to be careful to do something like that. So there's a lot of countryside, and the landscape are amazing. The food, it's good everywhere, but especially here in the south, it's very, very good. And here you can very find the slow and quiet life. Okay, if you agree, so this is the introduction of the Italy. I will show you some videos. I hope it works. I will start with this. Let me know if you can hear the audio. Do you see the video?
Nope.
Let me let me.
Oops.
No,
Alles
I share.
Mhm.
Give me a second. Huh? Okay, you see YouTube now?
Yes, we see an Amazon advertisement.
Yeah. Can you hear the audio?
Nope, not so far because it's not running.
You hear the audio?
Uh-uh.
No?
Mm-mm. But you know what, Alessandro?
Yeah.
When you send me, can you send me the link so I can include them in the PDF so they can watch them afterwards? How about that?
Okay. Anyway, let me bring back the presentation because I want to show you some listings as you asked me. What? See on it? Second. So I'm coming in. See the presentation?
Yes, your main screen. You just need to start the slideshow again, please.
Second. Sorry for divisione. Okay, here we are. Okay, you see now?
Yes, perfect.
Anyway, soon you will find in the presentation, this is uh, one of our OED members works in Sicily, and he specialized with the relocation of American citizen. And this is a video review with a couple from California, actually, who bought a small house in a village in Sicily. This is a property that we are listing. This is an apartment with 3 layers of frescoes with 800 years. that you can buy here in Verona for under €1 million. This is a villa in Sicily with 490,000 euro. You can buy with an amazing view on the sea. This is a chalet on the mountain in the Dolomites, and this is the Costiera Amalfitana. It's a coast nearby Napoli. It's very beautiful. It has a unique view. And this is a village. If you want to buy an entire village, we can sell it with 10 apartments, a church, and everything, with only 1.35 million. So that's what this is. Just something you can find here in Italy. In the real estate market, you can find whatever you want. So let's talk about my region. It's Veneto. It is in the northeast of Italy. Is where I live when I was born. Veneto is very particular because inside the same region we have mountains, we have lakes, we have the seaside, we have hills, and we have the plain. So is one of the richest region in Italy because a lot of companies have they're based here. It's a land of the Prosecco. This, as you can see, there's the Prosecco Hills. Is another sparkling white wine. And 1/3 of the Italian billionaires lives and have their company here in our region, and is very well connected to Germany, Europe, and to Milan because we have a very straight highway and train connection. Now we are doing another European project to improve our highway system with high speed street and train system, where they can improve the transportation of goods and people and businesses. So we have a very strong economy when we talk about enterprises, but we have even a very strong economy when we are talking about tourism, because here takes place Venice. Verona is one of the most famous in Europe and worldwide for the ferry trades, the wine, Venice Carnival. I think you may know that. And in our region, you can find some very cheap houses in the middle of the hills or outside the big cities, and you can find beautiful Palladian, huge villas with a very inaccessible price. The key strength of Veneto is an export leadership. Our export GDP ratio is almost 40%. We produce a lot of food, cheese. We work a lot with the marble sector, wine for sure, and we are specialized with gold manufacture, and even we have the old tradition of Venice, because Venice was one of the main port in all Europe in the past for goods and everything. So we keep that tradition, and we still try to do our best to maintain our share market. One other important things, if you're thinking about a customer that wants to retire here in Italy, is you have to think about the healthcare system. And luckily, here in the north part of Italy is one of the most efficient healthcare system, especially in Veneto and in Milan. But Veneto is very good because we have the University of Verona, Padova. There's some very important hospitals in our region, And it's something to consider when you are selling a property to people that wants to retire here, because you know when you get older, you need hospital. I hope not, but you may need it. There's a lot of tourism, as I said. I won't read everything because I don't want to bother you, but we have 9 UNESCO World Heritage sites in our region. Uh, we have a lot of we have a thing here in Italy, which is, I don't know if I'm correct with the translation, but we have a kind of designation that uh, protects a product, a food product. Okay, so you have to do some that product in that particular way to have that denomination. Okay, and we have a lot of that. We have wine, we have radish, we have cheese, we have rice, and we have a lot of that in our region. But it's the same in all Italy. We are very straight with our food, so we are very severe about that. So that's why you eat so well in Italy, because we fight for that. About the tourist trends in 2023 and 2024, there was after the COVID, there was a super uh, boom of tourism here in Italy, and it was an exponential growth after 2020 because people want to experience nature, want to experience the outdoors, and we have all of that. So Veneto, you can find, as I say before, you can find mountains, you can find the seaside, and it's everything within 2 3 hours by car. So it's not that. I live in Verona, and I'm 1 hour and a half from the seaside, 1 hour and a half from the mountain, and 1 hour and a half from Milan. So by car. So it's everything is very reachable. Uh, Yeah, these are some trend. This is Verona. This is the Arena of Verona. We have a kind of the second Colosseum of Italy. This is the main square of our city. My office is here. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Um, yeah, we have the thermal tourism with nearby Padova. We have a lot of thermal system, food and wine tourism, nature tourism, and most of the trending data, most of the people that comes to our region are from Germany, Austria, and United States. In 2017, international tourism spent a total of almost 6 billion in an average day expenditure of 105 euro per person. But the thing is, um, our region is that well connected. From my city to go to Rome by train is 4 hours with a high-speed train, and you have a lot of international airport. So it's when you're talking about selling a property in Italy, you have to consider because we do not travel that much as you in the United States. We do not fly that much. Um, and we don't have that much big airports. Okay, the most big are in Rome, Milan. We are trying to improve ours in Verona and Venice, but they are not that big. So usually there is no a direct connection. We have to fly to Frankfurt usually or Amsterdam to get to the United States. So it's very important to understand, even it's not the perfect region for your customer, but if it's well connected and the prices are good, um, they may reconsider this, because one thing is to have everything around the corner, but live in a place where you have services and you have infrastructure. That's the main important, because when you buy something in the middle of nowhere, and then you have nothing to to use it. No? Okay, so let's talk about tax. Da. So in Italy, we are very famous for our bureaucracy, but it's not that difficult for when you're talking about real estate. So the main difference is if you buy as a private buyer, okay, you can buy a home in Italy without a problem, even if you're a United States citizen. The difference are if you buy from a private seller or if you buy from a construction company, okay? Because here in Italy, we have the fiscal value of the property, which is decided by the government and usually is always way lower than the market price of the property. And you pay taxes if you buy from a private seller on the fiscal value and not on the transaction value. If you buy from a construction company, you pay taxes on the transaction value that you pay your house, okay? So if you buy from a private seller, you pay the 2% of the primary home fiscal value. Let's say you buy a house for 200,000 euro. Usually the fiscal value of the property could be around 100,000, okay? You pay only 2%, so 2,000 euro as a one-time tax for the purchase, okay? If you buy as a primary home, but to buy as a primary home, you need to have a residenza and you need to have a long-term visa, okay? Which most of the foreign people doesn't have. So you have to buy as a secondary home and you pay the 9% of the fiscal value, okay? Which is way more, way higher than the 2%, but it's always lower than paying the tax on the amount that you of the purchase cost of the property, okay? This slide that you are looking is a part of the guide that you can easily download after I show you. This is a guide that we made for you guys. We made in cooperation with this Gateway website, which is a site that you can use to see the property for sale here in Italy for foreign buyers. Where you can find all the information very clearly and all the things you have to do and you have to teach to your customer if you want to buy a property in Italy. There is a QR code at the end of the presentation, and you can download it, use it, do whatever you want without a problem. There are two taxes. After your customer purchase a property here in Italy, if it doesn't bring a residenza, which means it has a long-term visa, he must pay an annual tax, which varies and depends on the municipality where the property take place. Okay, it's not that much. It depends on how big is the house, how good is the neighborhood and everything, but could be around 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 per year. So not that expensive. If you buy it from a construction company, the tax is different. So if you buy from a private, the tax name is imposta di registro, okay? If you buy from a seller, is a VAT tax, so value added tax, okay? Is in top of the price of the house. So if you buy as a primary home, you pay the 4% of the amount of the cost of the property. Most of the time, your customer will be for a second home, and you will pay the 10% of the amount. That means if you buy a 200,000 house, you have to pay 20,000 of VAT tax. Okay, and then you have some stamp duty, land registry tax, some other small taxes that you need to pay just one time. Okay, and after that, every year you have to pay this municipal tax to the city just to use the services. It's everything clear.
Yeah, I think there will be questions afterwards. So
Yeah,
I think we only
okay.
have one more, right? One more slide.
Yeah. Oh, no, but so here you can download the guide. You can take the. I think it's finished. This is the yeah.
Yeah.
This is the
And
okay. You can download the guide here.
yes, Alessandro, so much. Thank you so much. I think we learned a lot about Italy. And like I have told you, I've personally been in Italy, I don't know, 40 times, 60 times, because I lived in Germany. So
Okay.
when we saw this beautiful village that you can buy for 1.4 million, I think we three buy it. And then we rent it out to everyone who's attending today.
Yeah.
How does it sound?
It's a co-housing. Co-housing.
Yeah, that works. We're used to that from college. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
So, Alison, I think you have watched the chat and there were some questions for Alessandro.
Yes, we have two questions. The first one is from Marlissa. And the question is the 3 to 3.5% rate available to foreign buyers?
So the thing is, to get a loan here is not that easy for foreign people because you have to prove your income in here. Most of the bank doesn't want to get, so it's very difficult even to have a bank account for an American citizen because America is in the blacklist for we have Europe has a legislation for country where you need to do a lot of paper to have relationship with. And Italian banks, there are some banks who are willing to do the extra mile to have another customer and to have an American customer, but most of them doesn't want to bother to do the job to open a bank account for a foreign guy. So if your customer wants to open a bank account, they need to put some effort on that. To get a loan is even more complicated because you may have a line of credit if you invest uh, the same amount of money in some financial product, maybe. But usually it's very tricky to have a mortgage for a foreign buyer.
Okay, great. We have a couple more questions that came in also,
Yep.
Alessandro. Carrie has a two-part question. The first part is, do you have attorneys or solicitors in Italy who will also work with Americans on the digital nomad visa as well? And then the second
Yep.
part is, can Americans open up a bank account to deposit rental income, or do you have to have a visa at least?
So we have a partnership with a law firm which is specialized with the relocation of American people. I will forward it to you the details and the information. They their job is to do the power of attorney and all the papers that you need to purchase a house, to open a bank account, to do whatever you need. So that's the first question. The second question, you can, it's better to have a bank account here if you want to do business here and if you buy a property, because then moving money from Italy to United States, even to if you want the tenant to pay the rent to you in United States, you may have big costs on the transaction. So sometimes it's not that cheap and it's not that convenient. So it's better to have a bank account.
Very
But
good.
you can keep your bank account and everything. To buy a property, you can send the money from United States. I already did with some clients of mine. You send the money to the notary. He will do the payment for you, and you don't need to have a bank account.
Okay, let me just clarify. A notary in Europe is not a notary like in the United States.
Yeah.
It's about the
Yeah.
law kind of thing.
Yeah. So the process of purchasing a property here in Italy, you need to go through the notary, because there's a public register where every transaction is registered. Okay. And only a notary can do that. He will do all the checkings for you on the title, on the ownership and everything. And if there are some debts, some problems behind. And yeah, you have to go to the notary. The cost it's not that expensive. I mean, let's say for a 200,000 house, you can spend 1,500 €1,800 of notary. But you have another important things that I didn't mention here, but you can find in your Italian guide to buy a property. So we don't have home inspection. So when you close a deal of purchasing, you have to do your own due diligence of the property before making the offer, because after that you cannot change the price, change the things. You cannot change anything. So you have to check that everything is correct, everything is fine before making the offer or closing the deal.
Okay, yeah, correct. I see that we have like 5 minutes left. Alison, can you ensure that you get all the questions that are in the chat that we might not be able to answer right away? That you
I
can
have
send
that, sure.
to me. I will send it to Alessandro and he can answer them, and then we include them in the PowerPoint presentation, which now takes maybe 3 days instead of a few hours.
Absolutely.
Okay. Any other questions for Alessandro that are in the chat right now? But we can take one more.
We could probably answer this one real quick. Eddie wants to know what constitutes as a luxury home.
What? Sorry?
What constitutes as a luxury home?
So to be considered as a luxury home is a fiscal thing. So the government says that it's a luxury home. It depends on the characteristic, on the location, on the size, on the construction type. So uh, that's what yeah, that's what defines a luxury home. So if you buy a simple home and you put inside furniture for $1 million, it's not a luxury home. I mean, it's a luxury home, but not for the government.
Okay. You can you stop sharing, please?
Yeah.
So I can see it, the whole picture of everyone. We have planned actually to show you a little bit about our area as well.
Okay.
If you cannot, there are a lot of people from our area right now on here. If they want to stay because it is almost 10 o'clock and we said it's only 1 hour, we totally understand if you have to leave due to other appointments. Other than that, we go quickly about, we will talk quickly about our area. And Alessandro, you need to stay, definitely, so you learn something. Sorry, you are not released.
All the time.
Okay, so I will share my screen with you again. Hopefully it works this time perfectly. Yes, there we are. Alison, can you see it? Okay,
I can see it.
okay. So there's a video about our area that we will not show because it's so we want. I'm so sorry. So we try for one more time. If it's not working, I will send you the presentation with about our area as well. And we include the link of the video. I just tried one more time and I don't know before we check that and everything worked fine. But hey, that's life.
That's technology.
Okay, we're good. You can see it. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see if I don't make a mistake. So about our area. Yeah.
Cape Coral Fort Myers has 835,000 residents.
Cape Coral, excuse me, is surrounded by 400 miles of canals.
Fort Myers' major attraction is the Thomas and Edison Winter Estates.
Sanibel Captiva Island is one of the unique barrier islands of the world.
Pine Island is the largest island on Florida's Gulf Coast.
And our international airport, RSW, has over 73 non-stop flights, not to Italy, I'm sorry, including Canada, Cuba, and Germany.
We have over 20 beaches and countless parks.
8 universities and more than 120 schools.
And more than 150 golf courses.
Where are foreign buyers coming from?
Florida Realtors conducts annual surveys for their members to develop the profile of international residential transaction in Florida, which you can find on FR website.
As shown in the graphic, our primary buyers originate from Canada and Germany. Additionally, we receive a significant number of buyers from the United Kingdom, Israel, France, Colombia, Switzerland, Belgium, and Austria.
But what about our clients in the US? Where are they interested in purchasing real estate?
The top 3 locations are in Latin America, followed closely by Spain and Italy, each with 7%.
Isn't it fantastic that we can assist them now, all thanks to Alessandro's excellent presentation?
What is the median sales price for a single family home in our area?
The median sales price is around 385,000 as of end of February 2025.
What about our surrounding areas?
Bonita Springs and Estero, 750,000.
Sanibel Island, 1,440,000.
Marco Island and Everglades City, 1,875,000.
Naples area, 845,000.
And this indicates that our area remains quite appealing in terms of pricing.
What is a realtor?
Realtors are licensed professionals who facilitate property transactions between buyers and sellers and are members of NAR, the National Association of Realtors, adhering to a strict code of ethics and high standards of conduct.
How do we promote our listings?
In the United States, we utilize the MLS, Multiple Listing Service. Every realtor has access to all available properties. Therefore, you only need to work with one realtor.
Here's an example for advertising a single family home. Is it coming in?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. A 3+ bedroom / 2-car garage indicates 3 or more bedrooms, and it can also serve as office space. The screenshot shows how it would look on the MLS.
What type of residential properties are available in Southwest Florida?
On the left, you can see a typical floor plan for a single family home. One side has a primary bedroom, and the guest bedrooms are on the other side of the house.
The photos showcase various styles of homes, such as condo buildings, duplex, Mediterranean, and a contemporary house. And many of our properties come with a pool.
What is included in the purchase?
That's a long list, range, oven, refrigerator, dishwasher, and so on. Short version would be everything that is attached to the wall.
What about what distinguishes unfurnished, furnished, and turnkey properties?
Unfurnished. The category refers to properties that do not include any furniture.
Furnished. A furnished property comes with essential furniture items such as beds, sofas, tables, and chairs.
Turnkey. A turnkey property is fully equipped and ready for immediate occupancy, including all necessary furniture, kitchenware, linens, decor, and even televisions.
What are the procedures for buying property?
Find a realtor and sign a buyer's agreement.
Visit real estate properties.
Discuss your offer with your realtor.
All contracts have been approved for use by Florida Realtors Association and the Florida Bar.
The realtor will send the contract to the listing agent.
Once all parties agree, the contract will be forwarded to a title company or lawyer to manage the closing procedure. What are the closing costs?
The buyer is responsible for compensating their buyer's agent. Inquire whether the realtor can determine if the seller is open to covering all or a portion of the compensation for your buyer's agent. If not, you will need to pay the compensation as outlined in the buyer agreement.
The anticipated closing costs can include title insurance,
Title and lien search fees,
Settlement or closing fee,
homeowner associations or building fees,
home inspection fee.
county recording fees.
How long does it typically take from making an offer to completing the purchase?
many transactions can be finalized within 14 days, while most purchases of single-family homes or condos typically take around 30 days.
Can foreigners apply for loans in the US?
Yes, the down payment required is 30% or more, and interest rates may reach as high as 10%.
Can a buyer obtain citizenship by purchasing real estate?
Buying property in the US does not come with the right of citizenship.
Okay, perfect. That was our really fast, short presentation. I hope you could understand us. Again, we will send you all of it.
Very effective, very effective.
It was?
No, it is, it is.
Oh, wonderful. We hope everyone learned something. Please get in contact with Alessandro. He can help you in Italy, and we definitely, we take care about our own village in Italy.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
We keep you posted.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted.
Thank you so much to everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe we see each other next time for our next trade mission, which is in the planning process. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful time until next. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Ciao.
you.
Thank you.
Ciao.